Hello and welcome back to A Quaint Life. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these easy sourdough English muffins. Let's start by making our dough. I'm going to put 3 cups of all-purpose unbleached flour into my mixing bowl. I have 1 cup of fed starter going into this, so make sure that when you do this your starter is bubbly and ready to go and ready to be used. I have 1.5 teaspoons of salt and 1 cup of filtered water. I'm going to use my dough hook with the mixer and I'm going to let this knead on low for 5 minutes. You could do 5 to 7 minutes, but I find 5 minutes is usually perfect. Then I'm going to cover it and let it sit overnight. Now that our dough has sat overnight, it is ready. It has risen to twice its size. I'm going to punch it down to release the air from the dough. Then it's time to add our honey. I have 1.5 tablespoons of raw honey and baking soda if you're using that method. Today I'm going to use the baking soda, so I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of that. And I'm going to mix this with my hands because a spoon just will not work. You're going to have to get your hands into the dough and really work the honey and the baking soda through the dough. It will be a sticky dough, so be sure to flour your surface well before placing your dough onto it. Now that our dough is ready, I'm going to flour my surface well, as you can see, and you could probably tell just by looking at the dough that it is a stickier dough. I'm going to knead it just a bit to help with the stickiness of it, get a little flour on top there, as you can see, and work it into the dough. And then I'm going to make sure my roller has a lot of flour on it before rolling this out. It'll take up to 1/2 cup of extra flour. That's why in the recipe it's 3.5 cups of flour because the dough is so sticky. But now that I have it ready and it's not sticking to my board or to my rolling pin, I'm going to roll this out to where it's about 1/2 inch thick. Then I'm going to cut it into 10 equal pieces and shape into circles like an English muffin. Now once I get these all shaped, I'm going to let them sit for a second rise. Since I've used the baking soda in today's recipe, I'm going to just let them sit for 30 minutes. If you don't want to use baking soda and you just want to do a regular standard second rise, you can go ahead and just let them sit for longer, which will be about 2 hours or until they double in size. We are going to cook these on the stovetop today, so I have my cast iron skillet here. I've added about 3 tablespoons of coconut oil to the pan, and what you want is a really slick oiled pan the entire time you're making these English muffins. So in between batches, add a few more tablespoons of coconut oil if you need to. I've allowed the pan to heat up on medium, but turn it down to low to cook these the entire time because these are going to cook low and slow on the stovetop and you don't want them higher than low, otherwise they will burn and not cook in the center. When I flip them, I like to just pat them down a bit with a spatula because they tend to get a little puffy while they cook in the pan. And then I let them cook for about 4 to 6 minutes on each side. And there you have it, a perfect English muffin. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this is a recipe you enjoy. You could find the link from the blog in the description box below. I'll see you in the next video.